Start it.
Don't overthink it. Podcast.
Yo. I got it!
You wanna take it away from me.
Yo, what's happening?
What's up?
You're listening to the Don't Overthink It podcast. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Brian.
And it's been a while since we've recorded a podcast. It's been like 2 months.
Yeah. Has it been 2 months?
Yeah, it's been a little bit more than 2 months.
Damn.
So we might be a little rusty, but we're going to do this.
Yeah, time flies by when your baby's mom was screaming at you, you know?
Yeah. I have 2 kids now? No.
I pay that child support.
But a lot has happened in the 2 months. We've been on adventures. You've been on adventures. I've been on adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff's happened. I got a job. And that leads me to the thing how people say there's nothing to do. Like, there's nothing to do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We live in Madera, man. There's nothing to do. But if you think about it, there's a lot you can do. Not here, but like traveling wise.
Uh-huh.
Like everything is so close. Like I realize everything is pretty close. Like where we live, like things are just like 2 hours away, 3 hours away at the most.
Yeah.
The beach is 2 hours away. Yosemite is like how far is Yosemite?
About 3. It's like an hour and a half, but 3 hours if you want to get to like the waterfalls and all that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
There's so much to do. Even if you don't live like where we live, like here in Central California, there's always like places to go. You just have to look for them.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't really go outside, you know? Like,
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, the cool thing is like people don't really go out and explore anymore.
Yeah.
Like people are always like, they look something up on the internet and they see, oh, this place sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Let's go there. So they go from where they're at right now, you know, Madera, little town,
Yeah.
from point A to point B.
Yeah.
You know? But not many, back then people would be like, hey, let's go to this place. What's there? I don't know. Let's
just
go
go.
check it out.
Yeah.
Let's just go see what
Yeah.
we find.
Yeah.
So then they go from point A to point B to wherever else that leads them to.
Uh-huh.
And then they just look around. Like, let's say I don't have internet. Let's say, let's go to Santa Cruz. What are we going to do Santa Cruz?
Who
I don't
knows?
really know.
Yeah.
Let's see what we could find, you know? And we get there and it's like, let's take a left over here. Hey, let's go right there.
Yeah.
You know, that's so much more funner because it's like you have no idea what you're going to run
Yeah.
into versus looking at Google Maps and it's like, all right, well, we're going to go here and that's 500 miles away and we're going to, you know, just go to that destination.
Yeah.
It's like, that's too
plain.
Yeah, it's too plain. It's too
Yeah.
boring. It's too predictable because it's like, you already know where you're going and that's not really adventure.
It's
you know?
not that exciting when you get there.
Yeah, I don't think that's really adventure. Adventure,
Yeah.
I don't really think is knowing where you're going because that's not exciting, you know? Adventures is like when shit goes wrong and there's
Yeah.
danger and it's like, oh shit, like look what I found. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's exhilarating, you know?
Yeah,
That's
it's
adventure.
sort of like being a little kid. Like if you're a little kid, when you're a little kid and they told you, oh, we're taking you to Disneyland or we're taking you to Six Flags, you're like, oh shit, we're going to go to Six Flags. And you don't know what's at Six Flags because back then you couldn't look up what was at Six Flags. You just know there's roller coasters, there's rides, and you get there and it's like a whole new world.
Yeah.
Same now when we're like adults and you decide to go to wherever and you go there and you decide to be spontaneous. Like you know what's there. If you just decide to take a little adventure, you have no idea what's there. You have an idea of what's there,
Yeah.
but you have no idea what's there. So I think your time, like it's more fun, I guess,
Yeah.
because you don't know like what's in stake.
Yeah, I think it's fun to get lost, you know?
Yeah.
It's fun to get lost. A lot of people are afraid of going and getting lost. They don't really want to go out and it's like, I don't know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Where am I going to end up?
Like, what if
That's
I
the
get
fun
lost?
part, you know?
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
you really don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
You never know. You might run into the coolest shit ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of people don't like doing that.
Yeah. It's just like a couple weeks ago when I decided to go to the beach and we weren't planning on going to like Monterey. We went to Slow and we weren't planning on going to Monterey and we just said, you know, fuck it, let's go to Monterey. Traveled the one. I've never seen the one before, and it was fucking amazing.
Oh,
Because I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Oh,
what to
dude,
expect.
So nice.
Yeah, and I was just looking at like amazed outside, like out the window, like this is fucking awesome. Because I had no idea what to expect,
Yeah.
and that's what's great about having also no expectations.
Yeah.
When you have no expectations, you're not disappointed, and like you're just open to whatever happens.
Yeah.
It's better than being like expecting, wow, it's going to look like this, or this is going to happen, I'm going to have this much fun. But if you don't have that much fun, then what the fuck?
Yeah.
And you're kind of disappointed.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, 'cause what I've noticed a lot recently, I mean, with me and then, of course, everyone else around, but it's just how we're so focused on our phones.
Yeah,
You know, and the internet. And it's like, fuck, you know, like, I hate that, dude. I hate spending my time on the phone scrolling through stupid shit that has no meaning whatsoever and is not going to benefit me in any sort of way. And it's a waste of time, you know, like, because you could lay in bed scrolling through pictures on Instagram or liking people's Facebook posts or looking at all these, I don't know, pictures on Tumblr, like all this shit, you know, looking at pictures of what you want, and, you know, creating all these fantasies in your head. Or you could sit down, read a book, you know, get some knowledge. Yeah. But you'd be surprised how much of your time you waste just on the fucking phone, dude. Yeah. And it's nothing. Like, you just literally wasted your life on the phone. Yes. And, like, I hate doing that, dude. I hate that. Like, and I'll notice and be like, fuck, it's already been 2 hours and I was on my phone. What the fuck?
I'll catch myself, too.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, you'll catch yourself. It's like, what the fuck? Like, 2 hours already passed?
Yeah, it's something I've been thinking a lot about recently, too. Yeah. Just today, I got here and I was on my phone and I started checking Twitter and I stopped. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I'm doing this out of habit. And in reality, you're just, like, scrolling, and sometimes you don't, like, you're, like, mindlessly reading, like, stupid fucking tweets that people put out. Yeah. And it's like, what am I doing? And then I'll just toss my phone to the side.
I'll catch myself doing that, and I ask myself, like, who am I looking for to you know, surprise me? Why am I even getting on here? Yeah. Like, does it really matter to me? Am I like, oh, this person's going to post something, it's going to make my whole day? Yeah, it's like, no, not really. Like, what the fuck do I care what everybody else is doing? Yeah. You know, so it's like, you just waste your energy on that, I think.
And that takes me to, like, Instagram. I don't like posting a lot of pictures, like, on Instagram. Let's say, like, when I go places, like, we all do it from time to time, but I feel like too many people spend their time trying to make their Instagram look like their life highlight reel.
Yeah. And that's totally true. Yeah, that's true.
And it's like you're wasting your time trying to make your social media look like a highlight reel. Yeah. When your fucking life is just passing before your eyes.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's definitely true. You see a lot of people that every time something great in their life happens, like,
take a picture of it.
Yeah. A highlight, say, I don't know, they do something really exciting and awesome. It's like, oh, I have to have a picture of this and post on Instagram. Like, people need to see this. Yeah. And they do that all the time. Every time, like, something exciting happens, is people need to see this. People need to see this. And not really. Like, people don't have to see that. Do you really have to show off, like, your glamorous life or, you know, your highlight reels? I mean, it's like you said before. Like, how many people post pictures of themselves when they're
low?
Yeah, when they're low, when they're sad, or they're not really having it. Yeah. Everybody posts pictures of when they're doing awesome. You know, like, oh, look at my life. It's better than yours in a way. Yeah, yeah. And it's kind of stupid. Yeah. It's pretty dumb because it's better to be genuine, I think.
Yeah, I remember when I used to go places. Let's say I'd go to the ocean. I'd go somewhere cool in quotations, and I'd be there. I'd be hanging out, having fun, and then I leave, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to take a picture. But then now I think back, and I'm like, well, that was a good thing because I was having fun. Yeah. I wasn't busy trying to take a snapshot of how fucking much fun I was having or how cool the fucking scenery was. I was, like, in the moment having fun. And it's like,
and that's what matters.
That. Yeah, fuck the picture.
Yeah, yeah, because there's a lot of, like, times that I've had the best times of my life and it was awesome. Yeah, and I have no pictures of it whatsoever, and I'm kind of glad I don't have pictures because it's like, that's cool. Like,
it's in your memories.
It's for me. It's mine. You know, it's in my treasure box. Yeah, it's not like open to the world.
Yeah, and something great about memories is, like, think about your childhood memories, like people that you shared those childhood memories. Imagine if you had pictures or videos. When you would talk to that person, it wouldn't be as great. Like, oh, hey, Brian, do you remember that time when we did this and this? And you're like, yeah, I fucking remember that. It's like you were both sharing one moment that only the two of you or three or four of you could remember. Yeah, because there's no pictures, there's no videos to remember it. That's why it's so meaningful when you talk about it.
Yeah. That's definitely true. That's really special.
And you don't, like, look. People don't spend time looking back at all their old Instagram pictures, like, oh my god, I remember this, and like, oh, sort of like when you talk about a memory.
Yeah, people just kind of look at the picture like, that was fun.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Oh, I remember. It kind of takes away, I feel.
Yeah, it takes away from, like, the raw, like, excitement of the memory.
Yeah, it does. That's definitely true, though.
But sometimes I'll like write out a tweet and I'll look at it and think, why the fuck am I tweeting this? Like, there's no fucking point in me tweeting this. So I'll like scrap it and be like, there's really like when I think about Twitter is a place where a lot of people go to tweet their like unmanaged emotions. I see a lot of that. Because I think a lot of people like don't manage their emotions, so it's like they'll just fucking there's this fucking outlet where people are gonna fucking listen to me, just fucking put it out there, boom, send it out. Yeah. And you don't really fucking solve anything. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is, yeah, people do they kind of basically just vent a lot on social media. Yeah. And I don't see anything too wrong with it at times. I mean,
it could be good.
Yeah, I mean, because it's good to vent. I mean, do it the way you have to. It's either writing in your journal to telling it to a friend or like writing on social media. Like, I get it, you know, I get that. But the thing is, like, if you're complaining about your life and like the way things are going in your life and how everything's shitty, and you keep complaining about that for months and months and months, then that's kind of on you. You know, because it's, what are you doing to change that? Yeah. You know, because I could be getting on social media and be like, man, my fucking life sucks. I hate this. I hate my job. Blah, blah, blah. And if I keep doing that for months and months, what am I really doing to change that? Am I even doing anything? Like, the most I'm doing is complaining. Yeah. Am I taking any steps? Am I applying for different jobs so I could stop hating my job? Am I trying to do this? Yeah. But most people aren't. You know, most people are just complaining about it, and that's where they're focusing their energy. They're focusing their energy on just complaining about how shitty their life is versus just taking at least one step to try and improve it. But
it's so much easier just to complain. Yeah. It's easy to complain, but it's hard to change. Yeah. Hard, in quotations, hard. But is it really that hard? Is it that hard if you really want to change? It's not too hard, I believe.
I mean, isn't it ironic that most people are so focused on other people's lives than their own? Yeah. Like, the irony in that. Yeah. Because everybody's, like, so focused. Like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, does any of that have to do anything with you? Not really. Not really, yeah. Most of the shit on there is other people's lives, not yours. Yeah, so you keep up. How much of your life is on there? And by that, I mean, when you get on, what do you see that reflects towards you? Most of that is other people's lives. You know, you get on there to see other people's lives, and it's what does that have to do with you? It doesn't have much to do with, you know, you or anything. Yeah. Why does that matter? Why do you care about seeing how everybody's doing? You know, comparing yourself to others, which I feel a lot of people do. I feel like a lot of people, compare themselves to others in that way. Yeah. They see other people like, fuck, that person's having fun. Damn, that person got this job. Man, that person's making money. Or, oh, that person got a awesome boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Yeah. And they're just kind of comparing themselves and making themselves feel shitty. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, when are you going to get your life together? Yeah, and people, I don't know, people like to just like compare themselves to other and kind of one up each other. You know, they see like somebody,
like a competition.
Yeah, they see somebody doing good, and they're like, "Fuck, like that's not fair. Like, I should be doing good," and they get all mad about it. You know, kind of hate on the person or whatever it is. And like, if somebody's doing good, like, good for them. Like, good for them. At least they're not doing shitty. Like, that's good. You know, but when people get all jealous and all that bullshit, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, people have people that like shellfish in the bucket type of mentality, where someone's like rising out of the bucket out to the top, and they try to pull them down. And like social media, because we're on the social media topic, it could be toxic or it could be good. Yeah. Because I know like my social media, a lot of it now, I use it to like keep up with like current affairs or keep up with what the fuck is really happening. Yeah. Or keep up with like, let's say, people that I listen to, what they're doing. Not people like here that live here, like say fucking Joe Rogan or fucking Amber Lyon or Eddie Bravo, or like people who are in my interest. Word. But as to before, it was toxic because I would do the same shit we were just talking about. Like I would try to make my life look like a highlight reel. I would unmanagedly fucking tweet out my emotions, and now I realize like, what the fuck was I doing?
Add hella filters and stuff. Yeah. Damn, make it look all nice.
I need that fucking Valencia.
Like girls do. No makeup, no filter. It's like, bitch, you put hell of filters into that shit. What are you talking about, dude?
I'll be on Instagram. It's like, bitch, you do not look like that
in
in real
you
life.
do not look like that. Come on.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I've seen you multiple times. You did
Yeah.
not lose 20 pounds in one day. No,
Yeah.
that did not happen.
It's like Chris D'Elia said, too many girls spend their time trying to look like tens on Instagram.
Yeah.
And not in real life.
Yeah, it's definitely true. A lot.
It's like, I just need to fucking stand this way and they can't see my gut and put on this filter and they can't. Like, what?
Oh, yeah, dude.
What are you doing?
That's why internet dating's dangerous.
Dead.
Don't do that.
Don't do it. Tinder?
Fuck. That's always risky, man.
Yeah.
That Tinder game.
That Tinder game is a risky game.
But back to what you're about to say. Totally lost my thought on that.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. Yeah. Where we left off?
We're talking about traveling,
Mm-hmm.
social media. Sometimes, for example, when I'm talking to people about like social media and like being positive and tweeting funny shit or not being negative or having like a positive spin on your outlook, I'll use you for an example. I'm like, do you ever see Brian tweeting negative shit? I'm like, no. Every time I fucking read his tweets, some funny shit. I'm always laughing at it. It's like, and then I'll use like Michael Jordan. You're never gonna catch Michael Jordan or fucking Kobe Bryant or like someone who's like up there or has their shit together tweeting some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my life sucks, or this person is hating on somebody or hating on something.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see people who are successful tweeting shit.
Yeah.
Or posting shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, a winner is not going to have,
Well, I don't
doesn't
think
have
you've
the
ever
mentality.
seen anybody become successful out of negativity.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it works that way.
Usually successful people are like really like uppity. Like, let's get shit done.
Yeah. Usually they're like, let's get this shit done.
Let's do this. Yeah. But also having like a positive spin on things. The other day, it was hectic as fuck at work. It was working Friday morning, busy, overwhelming. I was just like, this is super overwhelming. I got through it, and then they asked me, like, how was that? And instead of, I didn't even think about it till later. I didn't say like, oh, that was shitty or that was tough. I was like,
yeah,
that was a learning experience. That just came out of my mouth. I was just like, that was a learning experience. And I thought about it later. It's like, holy shit! Like, I could have completely would have been like, oh, well, that sucked, or that was too much. But instead, I said, that was a learning experience, and that could apply to everything that like you do in life. It's like having a positive spin on things. Like, I remember when you sent me like a picture where it was like having a positive outlook, like the positive versus the negative.
Oh yeah.
Where you could either be like, that was shitty, or it's like, oh, I'm gonna try again. I think that's so important to lead you in the direction of what you want to do.
Yeah, to have that mentality. Yeah, definitely. I mean, because, yeah, I mean, I think your presence affects people more than you think they do.
Yeah.
You know? Because most people think like, oh, well, my presence doesn't have any effect on people. They don't care. Yeah. And it's like, well, you can think like that if you want, man. I mean, if you want to be a bitch, then you can think like that. That's cool. Yeah. But I think it does affect more people. You know, like I told you that day at work where, man, fuck this part. But I told you that day at work where I was at work and it was like 4 people and they all said, I have a headache. And then the next person, man, I have a headache too. And the next person, yeah, I know, it's been a rough day. I have a headache also. And then it gets to me and I'm like, shit, I'm cool. Like, I have a headache. I'm good. Yeah. And then everybody's like, what the fuck? They look at me like, how the fuck? And I'm just, because I wasn't stressing about it. I'm like, yeah, today has fucking sucked. It's been hectic. You had a lot of rude customers, all this bullshit. Yeah. Like, but it's like, I could either let that affect me and make me stress and have a headache and make me go home and be angry and lash at people. Or I could just be like, you know what, dude? Like, people are assholes. That's their problem. You know, it didn't affect them. That person that was an asshole to me is probably going to go home and still do whatever the fuck they did. So why should I go home and be angry and let it mess up my day? Yeah. It's like, no, dude. Because then you basically let that person win. Yeah.
You let that fucking negativity transfer onto you, and then it's gonna fucking start a ripple.
Yeah.
Like a domino effect.
Yeah, basically.
It's funny. I think now I see it as funny when people get pissed off, like in public. Like, you see people who get pissed off in public.
Yeah, yeah.
They get impatient. Like, the other day I was at Smart and Final, and there's an Indian guy, like, checking out, and he kept running back to get cases of soda, and there was a guy behind him, and then another guy, and then me, and the white guy behind him was like you could see it in his face. He was getting like impatient, and he started to tell his son that is like, this is you don't like, this is what you don't do that. Like, you don't do that. To be more efficient, you do this, you do that, so we could check out on time. The lane next to the one I was checking out at opens, and I pay for my thing, and the guy's still waiting. And while I'm leaving, he's like, Jesus fucking Christ, like angry, and he yelled it out because the guy was taking forever. And I just start fucking laughing. I'm like, dude, you're a chode, man. Yeah. It's like, why are you getting impatient? It's like, you're not gonna go anywhere. It's like, why are you gonna let that affect you? Why are you gonna get mad? It's like, you're gonna have to wait anyway. Yeah. What if you do leave the store quickly and you get traffic? Are you gonna fucking chode out then? Get angry? It's like,
yeah, because every time people get mad, dude, it's just, I just look at them and see them as a kid, because I'm like, you're like a child.
Yeah, like throwing a tantrum.
Yeah, because they're like throwing a tantrum, like, this is bullshit, this is. And I mean, that's not going to solve anything, dude. That just makes the situation more dark, more stressful. Yeah. You know, like I told you, you know, like when I was at work and my friend, like, he had a dilemma where, you know, this lady's like cussing at him, and then the husband comes and he starts cussing at him, and then she's like starting a big scene, and then everybody around's like staring at her, and like all the customers are just like, what the hell's going on? And it's stupid, because like looking at what you created, you made all these people feel uncomfortable. You know, everybody, now this person is, you know, could be in the dilemma of losing his job now because you decided to, you know, get angry and raise your voice when you could have just been a little patient because there's a couple customers in front of you. Yeah. But people are just dumb, because is your time that fucking valuable that you can't wait a couple minutes? You know, are you in that much of a rush, you know, like for life? Yeah. Because when I look at it, it's like, what do you really have to do today? Are you
just get home, watch TV?
Yeah, you know, is it like do you have to fucking go somewhere before the fucking bomb blows up? Yeah. It's like, you're just in a hurry to get home. To do what? To go home and sit down and watch TV? Like, that could wait. You know? What the fuck? Yeah. But I don't know, man. People are stupid.
Yeah, people are strange. It's weird how, I don't know what it stems from. It's just like just being here, or other negativity surrounding, or not being humbled.
I don't know, man. When I went to Oregon, dude, it was strange, because some people were nice there. There was one dude that was a dick, and I'm like, yeah, dude, you're a dick. Yeah. But just ran into like one asshole, and then that dude, the motorcycle, he like cut me off, starts flipping me off. Yeah. And then I'm flipping him off, like, yeah, bro. And then I see like his girlfriend that was like literally like 300 pounds on a little motorcycle, and I'm just like, whoa. Yeah. Well, that's why you're so angry. Yeah. But yeah, man. Like when I was over there, dude, I swear I'd be driving, and everybody that would be in front of me would move out of the way. Like if I'm driving a little faster, they have like common courtesy, and they move out of the way for you in order for you to pass. Yeah. And then they get back on the road. You know, over there, swear to God, the whole time I was there on the freeway and everything, nobody ever tailgated me, ever, dude, ever. And then once I started driving back like into California to Sacramento, hella people start tailgating me, dude. Everybody's like on my ass, just tailgating me, like they're in a hurry. I'm driving and people are just super slow. They won't even move out of the way for you. I'm like, man, everybody here is like, because everybody here is like in a fucking hurry, super tense. Over there, you could just tell by the way they drive, everybody's super fucking chill, dude. Like, I wasn't used to it because the freeway over there, the speed limit was like fucking 55 or like 45. Super slow. I'm like, this is the freeway, bro. Like, everybody over here is driving fucking 85 on the freeway. Over there, it's like half. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's almost half. It was crazy, but everybody there's like so laid back and super chill. I'm like, what a different vibe. And you just feel different. It's a different environment. Yeah. You just feel more calm. You feel more at peace. When I was over there camping, everybody's like saying hello. Everybody's super talkative. They're like, oh, you should try this mountain. This is. I'm like, oh, how cool. You know? Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Everybody wanted to make conversation. I'm like, that's pretty cool. You don't really find a lot of people like that, you know, around here. Yeah. Around here, most people just want to make small talk. Yeah. You know, because I'll be at work and sometimes I'll try to conversate with people and they're just like, yeah, good, okay. I'm like, all right, man. If you don't want to talk, that's all right. I'm just trying to, man, make friends.
And I wonder what it is. Like, I don't know exactly what it is. Like, that makes people here just tense and angry. The heat. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a mix of stuff.
It's just culture. Like, the culture here, like, it's just.
I think so.
It's just gone on for so long. That's just what it is.
I really don't understand it either. Yeah. I don't know. I really wouldn't be able to tell you. I mean, maybe the heat has something to do with it. I really haven't compared whether people are more tense in the summer than the winter. I think they are, because I think the heat kind of makes you more agitated.
Yeah.
Because you're getting all sweaty and you feel like it's hard to breathe, and it gets humid and you're like, fuck. You feel more tense. So I feel like people are more agitated. But
also the lack of there's no lack of nature. Like nature is 30 minutes away, but like lack of people in the city, like lack of having a sight.
Yeah.
Because if you live next to the ocean, you have the big ocean. You look at the ocean, you're just like, holy fuck! I think you take me out right now. Yeah. Or it's just like, that's just the ocean, and you're people are super chill. Yeah. Or Oregon, you're surrounded by trees, green. Yeah. You're just surrounded by green everywhere, and rain. Everything's nature like. And here, like, it's just hot. It's fields. Nothing much.
Yeah.
Girls getting pregnant.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is here. This is weird. Yeah, to me, this is a weird little town. From places I visited and been to, I'm like, fuck. Like, it is different. Yeah. It really is different.
But I think it's also how you look at it. Because I had a history professor in college that he said he moved from Wisconsin to Fresno. And he said when he took the Amtrak, he was going into Fresno. He thought it was like one of the most amazing sights he's ever seen in his life, like seeing all the grapevines, because they're all like back when it's really green, like all the grapevines are popping.
That's fucking sad, bro. Like, damn, really? That's it?
Because he's never seen it, so he thought it was an amazing sight. But some people just look at it like, oh, it's just a field. But if you really start to think about it, he's like, oh, this is the place that supplies like all of the world with grapes, and supplies all of the world with all this fruit, and he just starts going into depth with it. But some people don't have that outlook. Yeah,
see, like me, I don't really give a fuck about that. Like, I'm just like, yeah, man, grapes are fucking awesome, and I like wine, but I could give a fuck less about grapevines. Yeah. But everybody has their own different thing. Maybe he feels the same way about mountains. Yeah. I mean, I fucking love the mountains, dude. The mountains are fucking magical to me. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I just want to climb to the top of a mountain by myself, and just kind of discover myself, and I'm along the trail, fucking climb a mountain, sleep on my tent, and then make it all the way to the top and just fucking chill there for a while, watch the sunset. That's like fucking cool to me. That's like magical. It's majestic. Yeah. But some people are like, yeah, man, it's just a mountain. You get to the top, and that's pretty much it. Like, why would I want to do that? It's hard. But yeah, everybody has different outlooks on it, I guess.
Yeah, your perception.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I don't know. My environment here, it's not for me. It might be for some other people, but it's not for me. I know a lot of people that they like it here. They're like, oh, well, the lake's right here. We just go and chill on my boat and fish. And I got my ranch here, and I farm. I got my cattle. Yeah, and they love that. That's for them. Like, cool, that's for you. You know what I mean? Some other people, they love the city. They love being in the city.
New York City.
Me, I fucking hate the city, dude.
Oh yeah, San Francisco, Sacramento.
I hate the city, bro. I could never live in the city. But some people love it. They're like, oh, I love the city, and there's so much shit to do, and all this. Yeah. Me, I'm just like, no, dude, I hate traffic. I lose my shit in traffic. Hate it. There's bums everywhere. Don't like that. It's just there's too many people. It's just too congested. I cannot do that. But everybody's different. Some people like that. Some people like that. Some people don't. Everybody has their own little thing. I guess.
Every time I look at the ocean, I'm just in shock, amazement. Yeah. When I look at the ocean, I'm just like, that's the fucking ocean. Like, you could walk into the ocean, and it could take you away, and you're done. You're gone. Yeah. You drift away into the Pacific. Yeah. Get eaten by a shark.
Damn. Or by a piranha. Yeah. Yeah, I guess everybody has different outlooks on it. I mean, it just depends on the person, I think.
But I haven't met a person yet, or a couple, but usually when I meet people here, it's like they want to get out. They want to get out. Yeah. Mostly everyone that I've met wants to get out. They want to move to Seattle, or they want to move to the coast.
Seattle
would
be dope. I'm gonna look into that. Yeah. Seattle. Yeah. I really want to look at Washington.
It has the second most suicides.
I'd probably move. Yeah, but it depends. I mean, I think it depends on the people. I think it's because the rain probably gets you sad. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, the vitamin D. Huh? You don't get vitamin D.
Oh, really?
Vitamin D is a precursor to serotonin.
That's what the pills are for. Oh, vitamin sun.
Vitamin D3. Yeah. Twice, 3 times a day.
Well, I want to move somewhere by the mountain, somewhere green. Laid back. But
hiking in your backyard.
Yeah. I think Seattle would be cool because it's a mix between the city and the mountains.
Best of both worlds.
So yeah, you get the best of both worlds. You want to go to a show at a party, comedy club, whatever. Boom, right there. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Seattle seems pretty dope.
Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, you're right. What were you saying?
It all depends on your outlook.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I think it totally depends on your outlook. I mean,
yeah,
just what your likes are, what your dislikes are. You know, how you feel around people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it all depends. I mean, I know people that they want to stay here. You know, they're like,
oh really?
Yeah. Like I know people that they would actually want to stay here and like they want to start their own business and all that because the way they look at it is they want to better this town. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So the way they look at it, because I was talking like, you know, with Joey,
yeah,
and I told him like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of here. This, you know, like I hate this place, and he's like, dude, it's not the place you hate. He's like, it's not that you hate this place.
Yeah.
It's the people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what, dude? That makes all the fucking sense in the world.
Yeah.
Because it's true. It's not that I hate this place. It's that I hate the fucking people in this place, man. Because imagine if we had like the coolest motherfuckers in here. You know, everybody here was super laid back, super nice. Everybody's like, hey, what's up?
They don't even know you, and they're just like, hey, what's up, man? You want to hang out?
Yeah,
It's
everybody's
like,
super
what?
cool, and it's like, you know, you meet people, and it's like, yeah, man, we're gonna go up to Yosemite, go hike a mountain. And says, you want to come with? Oh yeah, dude, cool. You know, people were cool. It'd be awesome because it's like, dude, you got the coolest people here. Fucking, you go 2 hours up north, you're in the beach. You know, Santa Cruz, Big Sur, you're right there. You go fucking 2 hours south or 3 hours, you're like in San Luis Obispo, slow. You know, it's right there. You go 2 hours east, you're in Yosemite. Yeah. You know, fucking awesome. I mean, it's all like right there, right near us, you know, which is pretty cool. But it's like, if there's a bunch of cool people around here in this town, then damn, that would be a lot better.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, like, and he was saying, he's like, I don't want to move out because he's like, this is my town. You know, I grew up here. This is my town. And he's like, and I want to better this town. Yeah. You know, he's like, of course it's not really well right now. It's not good with all these people. He's like, but if I could create something where the environment, you know, changes and it brings people and it makes people more positive and all that, he's like, then I'm doing my job because I'm helping the town out. And I thought about him, like, he's right. You know, like that's true. You know,
I was thinking about that the other day when I was in my friend's garage where we do jiu-jitsu. And I was just, we just finished the roll, and I was just sitting there looking out, like towards the street because the garage door is open, and I was just looking at the sky, and I was like, "This is fucking awesome! Like, this is awesome! Like, this could be a beach right now. Like, I could be doing this on the beach.
Yeah.
But I'm here with a group of friends, and we're enjoying like something that we love doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, this doesn't have to be by the beach. This doesn't have to be in X town.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, this is cool. If I could do this like every day. This is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like some of the best times of my life that I've ever had was like, in this town. Sure. Yeah. You know? And was it because of the town? No, it was because the people I was around with, you know? Because you could be in the shittiest place ever, but if you have the coolest friends ever and the really cool people around you, dude, you're not even going to know you're in a shitty place at all, you know? Your environment's totally going to change. Like, it's all about the people around you. Yeah. You know, it really is. Like, when you compare it to jobs, you know, you could fucking be in the coolest fucking job, man. You could be working for fucking Google and shit, you know?
But if those people were toxic.
Yeah, man. You know, you could be the coolest job in the whole wide world, pays you so much money. But if, like, the people around you are just fucking dicks and your supervisors of, you know, bitch, then you're going to hate your job, man. Yeah. As cool as it is, as much as it pays, it's awesome. It's your dream job. But the people around you really could mess it up, you know? Because people always think like, oh, I'm going to get my dream job, and they get their dream job. And sometimes it's ruined by fucking people, man. Yeah. And it sucks because it's the people around them that kind of ruin it. It's like, well, this sucks, man. Because the people around you is important, dude. It's important who's around you, who your environment is. Because that could definitely change your outlook on almost everything, you know, on a lot of things. Yeah. I feel.
It's also important to notice when you have someone toxic in your life. Mm-hmm. Like when you're friends with someone who is toxic to the way you feel. Yeah. Not to be afraid to be like, yo, like, I can't hang out with you. Like, not be that blunt. Like, dude, I'm not gonna hang out with you anymore.
Like, yo, bro,
like, cut him off.
I gotta tell you something. You use a bitch, bro. You use a bitch.
Your contract's over. It's done.
Yeah, we're done skis, man. We're not friends anymore.
You got no more rollover minutes. You're done.
Go find a new friend, man.
Fuck. But yeah, there's been like toxic people in my life where I stopped talking to them, and it's like my life got way better. Yeah. It's like it's fucking instantly way better. It's like gradually way better. Yeah. And it's like, holy shit. All it took was to stop talking to this ex person. Yeah. And everything got way better. Yeah. And some people are afraid to do that because it's like, oh, well, I've been friends with them since I was little, or we've known each other for 4 years, and it's like,
Most people get themselves into shitty situations like that.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid to
let it go. Start fresh. People don't like to start fresh.
No, they don't.
It's like I put in 3 years. I don't want to let them go. Or it's like, no, start fresh.
Yeah, because I mean, sure, it sucks because you have to start all over. You have to put in all that work.
Yeah,
but sometimes it's for the better, you know. Because let's say I'm doing a drawing and I'm doing this masterpiece Picasso, you know, and I go all up in it. I spent like a year doing this Picasso. It's already about 3/4 of the way done. You know, I just need that little much more of that Picasso done. It's gonna be a fucking beautiful drawing. But then, you know, it turns out, you know what, dude, I really don't like it anymore. You know, when I was starting it out, I fucking loved the painting, how it was coming out. But now, this is not really what I want to draw. You know, I want to draw something like this, something abstract. But it's like, some people are like, oh, I'm already this far in, so I might as well just keep going. Yeah. But, dude, if you don't want to keep going, just fucking throw that painting away. Go start a new one, you know, just blank slate canvas, you know. Yeah. But most people, they don't want to do that because they're like, well, I already put in all this work, so it would just be meaningless to throw it all away. Yeah. And it's like, it probably would be meaningless, but fuck, like, who cares? Like, that's part of life.
In a way, it wouldn't be meaningless because you'd learn something.
Yeah.
And you got better at something.
Yeah, at least you got something out of it.
So the next thing is going to be that much better.
Yeah.
I was using this analogy with a friend because he was trying to explain why he couldn't get over his ex-girlfriend. And I asked him, what is so great about her? And he's just like, well, we spent so much time together, and I could just be myself around her. And I was like, stop. Stop. I was like, stop. Like, first of all, you could be yourself whenever you want to with anybody.
Around anyone, bro.
Around anyone.
Yeah.
And you're going to attract people that are going to love you, and you're going to get another girl. 2, you spent all this time and you don't want to let it go. It's like building a house, right? You build a house. You start building a house. You build the foundation. You get to the roof. And by the time you get to the roof, you know the foundation's starting to fucking crack. There's fucking holes and shit. The house is not that stable. It's like ready to fall apart. And you say, fuck, I'm going to build the roof. You build the roof. The fucking roof is leaky. The fucking foundation is shaky.
God dang, you suck at building houses.
But it's like, you should probably build another house, dude. But it's like, no, but this house is my first house. I built it. You know, I've lived in it for so long. I don't want a new house.
It's like, yo, bro.
But that fucking house sucks, dude.
Dude, this fucking house sucks. Llama
shack.
Balls, bro.
Yeah. It's like, just fucking build a new house.
Might as well just buy yourself a fucking box.
Yeah. And you should just fucking build a new house. But people don't want to scrap it.
Yeah.
And go to the new.
The fuck, you have a dog? Yeah. That motherfucker popped out of nowhere, bro. He's like, yo, did you guys call me?
It's a fucking Animorph.
God. Fucker looks all buff, dude. What are you feeding him? Look at those fucking triceps. Shit. But yeah, you're right. No, definitely, you're right.
It's okay.
I hate when people say that, dude. I hate when people say, well, I could be myself around them. Dude, you could be yourself around fucking anybody, dude. Yeah. If you choose to. You just choose who you want to be. Like, this is the reason when people say that, oh, I can be myself around them. Dude, you decide who you want to be yourself around. Yeah. Because you're either afraid of their fucking judgment, you know? So you get so comfortable with this person and you're like, dude, you know what? She's not going to judge me. I'm not afraid of her judging me. So I'll let loose and be whoever the fuck I want. You know, be myself. And it's like, dude, if you have that mentality about everybody, then you'll be a lot fucking happier. You know, because the reason you're not being yourself around other people is because you give a fuck what they think about you. You know, that's the only reason you're not being yourself. Because if you didn't care what people thought about you, you'd be yourself around everybody else. You know, so why do you have to just make this person, you know, like, I don't know how to word that. I've lost my train of thought. But, you know, you make this person, like, you could be yourself around this person, and you only choose this person to be yourself. To be yourself, to express yourself. Yeah. When you could do that around everyone, dude. Yeah. Like, who cares what they think about you, dude? Yeah. Like, sooner or later, you're going to realize that, you know? Probably more later than sooner, but one day you're going to realize that it doesn't matter what the fuck people think about you. Yeah.
It's like we said before. It's like we talked about before. It's like people don't do it because it leaves their ego vulnerable. Yeah. When they're themselves. Yeah. But I told my friend, I'm like, when you met this girl, were you yourself? Were you being yourself? He's like, yeah, I was being myself. And you attracted her, right? He's like, yeah, she was attracted to yourself. But if you're yourself more often, you're going to attract more people who like who you are for yourself.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely.
And I think about that sometimes when I'm like not being myself. I'm being like really introverted sometimes. Yeah. And I'll be like, oh shit, like people, like I attract different people when I'm just like myself. Yeah. I'm just fucking being stupid and being like, what the fuck? I don't give a fuck. Yeah. And I think that's better when you're just not giving a fuck.
Because, dude, see, if you're not yourself, sooner or later it's going to bite you in the ass. And it will. Mm-hmm. It's going to come back to bite you in the ass. Like, no doubt about it. It will. It's, inevitable. Yeah. It's going to happen. Because the thing is, like, let's say I'm acting like this person. You know, I'm acting like the person I think you want me to be. Yeah. You know, let's say whatever. Whether you're not. Most guys do this, you know. For example, most guys go on a date with a girl and they act the way the girl wants them to act. You know
what they think.
Yeah, what they think. Yeah, what they think. Yeah. You know, so they'll be like, yeah, I don't smoke and I fucking love kittens, and I don't have kids.
I go to Yale.
You know, yeah, and I fucking love Jesus Christ. You know, like, I go to church. You know, like, dude,
they start going to church.
Yeah, dude, they start. You know, like. Yeah, do they walk on the reading the Bible? Yeah. Oh, what?
Proverbs.
Just reading the Bible in my free time. Yeah. You know, like, they do that. You know, they act like the way they think they want them to act, right? Yeah. So then the girl's like, oh, my God, he's this guy, and he doesn't even smoke, and he fucking loves kittens, and, he fucking loves Christ also. You know? So they think of him as this way. And then they get into a relationship, and then once, like, they both kind of start getting comfortable with themselves, and the guy kind of starts to let loose and is like, you know what, dude, like, this is not really who I am, you know? They kind of start showing who they are. Yeah. And it's like, something happens and you see the guy smoke. It's like, and she's like, what? I thought you didn't smoke. And it's like, oh, you know what? Actually, I do smoke. I only told you that I didn't smoke. That way you would like me. Yeah. You know? And most people fake that, you know? Like, it was basically, so you were faking who you were from the start, you know? Yeah. And it's like, dude, you don't really read the fucking Bible, bro. Nah, you don't, you know? Yeah. And he doesn't, you know? He's like, nah, dude, I just did that to attract that girl because I know she goes to church or whatever, you know? Yeah. So, and then the bullshit starts to come out. Mm-hmm. And that's when people start having problems and they break up because it's like, and you know, you hear this all the time, like, you've changed, you know, he changed, she changed. No, dude, they didn't change. They
started being themselves.
That's actually who they were the whole time. Yes. They just, of course, they didn't show it because you're not going to go on a first date and be like, all right, dude, these are my fucking flaws. Yeah. I have a temper sometimes and I get angry.
I get a little jealous.
Yeah, I get a little jealous sometimes. Sometimes I have fucking contagious gas that I can't control and I fart a lot, so you might choke. Be careful because you might fucking cry. You know, like, and you're just honest about it, you know, because most people are afraid that they're going to get rejected, you know? Yeah. Because if I were to go out on first date and it's like, all right, dude, this is what's wrong with me, you know? Fucking, I got this wrong, and sometimes I shit my pants, and, you know, like, I have bad bladder, you know? Like, just shit like that. Then the girl would be like, oh, shit, well, no thank you, you know? But if I go on that first date and I'm like, no, dude, I'm fucking perfect. I do this, I do that, this. And it's like, oh, my God, you know? Yeah. Then, of course, a person's more likely to take you in. But it's like, that's the way, if you're being yourself and tell them, like, let them know, like, that's how somebody's gonna accept you, you know? Yeah. Maybe there'll be a girl that'll be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck if you shit your pants. Like, I'll still date you, you know? Like, whatever, you know? Nobody's perfect. And it's like, boom, that's the kind of person you want in your life, you know? The person that accepts that, you know? They accept your flaws and your fucking, they accept your good and bad. You know, because there is no such thing as 100% good, dude. Nobody's perfect. Yeah. And when people usually like go on dates or whatever it is, even with friends, you know, they seem like perfect. Like, oh, this person's perfect. No, dude, nobody's perfect. Everybody gets mad from time to time. Everybody says things they don't mean. Everybody gets sad. Everybody does things they didn't mean to do. So, you know, like, just be yourself, dude, because that's the best way for people to accept you.
Yeah. Haven't you ever met someone like where you're just being yourself, and then they're like kind of conservative at first, and then all of a sudden they're just like, oh
yeah, they let loose.
Yeah. I do that sometimes too. When I meet people, I'm just like, and then I'm just like, oh shit.
And so many people that are like, yes, all proper and shit. Yeah. You know, and then you kind of let loose, and you're like, nah, dude, come on, have fun. And they're like, oh yeah, dude, fucking balls to the wall, and they get crazy. You know,
sort of like teachers. Like, remember teachers, how they need to speak all proper, they don't cuss, but now you see them, and so you have a normal conversation with them, and it's just like regular fucking people.
Yeah. See, that's what I mean. Like, that's the best way, dude. Because, like, at my work, when I go to my work, I see a lot of people that, of course, they'll, like, fake who they are. You know, they'd be like, hey, how are you doing today, sir? Oh, okay. May I help you? Okay. Well, let us know if we need any help. Yeah. You know? And it's like, that's the way they do it. And I'm just like, that's so fake. Like, to me, I can't do that, dude. Yeah. I don't want to act like a, you know, fucking award-winning Oscar. Yeah. You know, like, I'll bust a Leo. You know, like, and, like, but most people do that. I'd rather be like, hey, what's up, man? Like, you guys need any help? You know, just be more genuine, you know?
Yeah.
And just be, you know, how you guys doing? How's your day? And be, this is, cool. Yeah. Oh, I've gone up there too. Yeah, this, and just be genuine, you know?
Yeah.
Versus just being like a fucking robot and being fake. Mm-hmm. Oh, may I help you today? Oh, yes. Well, yeah. Well, I could call my supervisor and this. Be like, no, dude. Like, I'll just be like, oh, man. Because I'll let them know, like, you know what, dude? I don't even know, bro. Like, I think they might sell it over here. I don't know, man. I could try to call for you, you know? Like, I'll just be genuine and just be... I'm being myself, you know, like talk to them like a real person, dude. Yeah. I think people appreciate more when you talk to them like a real person than a fucking object.
Actor, yeah.
You know, like, cause every time I go to the bank, it's like, hello, Mr. Garcia, how are we doing? Oh, well, how much would you like to take out today? And I'm like, dude, don't fucking talk to me like that, dude. Don't talk to me like that. You know, like, I hate that. Like, be real with me, you know, just be like, hey, what's up, man? Give me some fucking fist pump. Boom. You know? Yeah. Like, just be genuine. Be real. Yeah. You know, I don't like when people fake it. It's like, I understand. It's a job. You have to be quote unquote professional, but still,
to a certain extent.
Yeah, dude. Like, because to me, it's like if I'm acting like that, it's gonna kill my soul. It's gonna kill my soul because it's like, dude, I'm just bullshitting, and I know I'm bullshitting, you know, and it's stupid because it's like, this is not me. This is not me, dude. This is not what I want to do.
It's funny that reminds me of recently what happened. You know who John Jones is? John Jones, the light heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
They're on air. Their mics were hot. And they're waiting to get on air, but the mics were on. And he's talking to Daniel Cormier, and he's like, "You still there, pussy?" And then Daniel Cormier was like, "Yeah, I'm still here." And they start talking shit to each other.
Really?
Yeah, they start talking shit to each other. And as soon as they tell him, like, "Oh, you know, guys, the mics are on," John Jones completely changes.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, Daniel Cormier, he's on the air, like they're on ESPN. He's like, you should have seen this guy 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, he's a completely different guy. He's like, I have to give it up to your PR person. They do a very good job because you're the fakest person I know.
That's hilarious.
It's like, holy crap! Like so many people do that. Politicians.
Oh yeah,
people,
dude.
Just put on fucking act.
Yeah, dude. A lot of people do that, man. Yeah. And like, I don't know, man. Some people can detect that. Some people can. I feel like I can. Like, I could totally tell when people are bullshitting me because I'm like, whoa, stop right there, dude. Like, I just totally stopped buying what you said 5 minutes ago. Yeah. You know, because I already knew 2 cents in, you're fucking bullshitting and you're being fake. Like, this is stupid, you know? Like, I'm not going to listen to the next 10 minutes, you know, of you talking because it's bullshit, you know? And but some people actually buy it, you know? Like,
they'll believe their shit.
Yeah, they're so fucking gullible, dude. Yeah. And it's like, no, man. Like, no. Yeah. But, yeah, you got to be careful with that, dude. It's just... You know, you gotta be careful around people that just kind of fake who they are and all that.
It's weird. It's strange. Like, why would you do
that?
It
is.
Why would you fake something?
I don't know, man. Some people, they waste a lot of energy on faking who they are, you know? Yeah. I think just because, like, at the end of the day, that's what everybody in the world wants is to be accepted. Yeah. You know? It's not really love, but it's acceptance. Because everybody wants to be accepted, you know? Everybody wants to be accepted for who they are, and they want to be accepted into a group, and they all want to, basically be accepted, you know? Yeah. So if somebody's like, well, you know, if I fucking wear this color and I talk like this and they're going to accept me in this gang, you know? So then I'll be in this gang, you know? Because if I don't act hard, you know, and if I don't act hard enough, I don't want to have a gun on me, then they're not going to accept me in my gang. They're going to think I'm a pussy. So I have to act hard and I have to cuss and I have to fucking, you know, I have to get into fights, you know? So they accept me in the gang. You know, it's like, but dude, is that really who you are? Is that really what you want to do? No, man. But the only reason you're doing
it becomes him.
Yeah, it becomes
him.
Yeah, and it's like the only reason you're doing that is because you want somebody to accept you. You know, you want to be accepted into a family or a group or a friendship. You know, and most people change they skew their beliefs and their morals. You know, they change them in order to, you know, like fit the model of you know being accepted into a certain group.
Yeah, like I was thinking about that. Is that at the end of the day, people. They want, you know, a partner. We all, at the end of the day, biologically, you want a partner, like someone to have there at the end of the day. And some people become codependent to that partner. People who give them that fucking serotonin boost or that dopamine spike.
Word.
And that's why people sometimes don't let go because that person gave them their fucking serotonin. It's like, no, you fucking gave me the serotonin, and your brain just wants. It's like, oh, you found the person to give you your serotonin. Your brain's like, stick to that one fucking person, but you know you shouldn't. Yeah. But you can't fucking help it. Yeah. And that's why people do a lot of shit. That's why, you know, people try to fucking boast and be someone who they're not because they want to impress someone to have somebody. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people just want somebody.
Yeah, man. Like I told you, people that come up to me, like I'll be anywhere, man. I'll be like at the gym or something. Like always, man. Like a dude will come up to me and be like, "Bro, yeah, man. So talking to this girl and like fucking took her out and man, just hella boned her and shit." Like, I'm just like looking at him like,
cool story, bro.
Like what? And he's like, "Yeah, man." Like, and then she's like, "Let's not talk anymore." And then I'm like, "All right." But then she's calling me the next day and she's like, "No, but I miss you." And I'm like, "Just can't get enough, right?" And I'm just looking at this dude like, what the fuck? Like, first of all, why the fuck are you telling me this? Yeah. Second of all, why would I fucking care? Yeah. Like, third of all, you're only coming up to me to talk about you and only about yourself, you know? Because I know once this conversation's over and you're done talking about yourself, and you're gonna leave. You know? Yeah. And it's like people like to do that, man. People like to just come and brag about themselves.
Yeah. Or haven't you had ever people like they'll start a topic and switch it? Like they'll say something to like conversation starter, be like, "Hey Brian, did you hear about the game?" Yeah. And you'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is that. Oh man, what I did last week and
yeah. And then they just bring it to they bring it to themselves, and it's like, wait, stop right there, man. We're not talking about you, you know, because there'll be a lot of people that I'll be talking to them about something, and I'm like, "Dude, have you ever thought about doing this and this?" And they're like, "Yeah, man, that's why I always do this, and I'm like, whoa, stop right there, man. We're not talking about you, bro. We're talking about the topic, man. Let's not get out of hand, bro. Yeah. We can talk about you later, dude. We can schedule that shit at like 5:45 p.m., man. Just give me an hour, man. Let's talk about this shit, dude. Like, calm your tits, you know. But most people, they're like that, man. They just I hate people with an ego, dude. I fucking hate people with an ego. People with an ego, I'm like, dude, I really just want to beat you at your own game and crush you, just so you could be humbled down. Yeah. But I'll let people know, dude, because it's like some people need to know, dude. Some people need to know that they have an ego because they don't know. Because nobody tells them, you know. Nobody tells them like, "Hey, man, you're a fucking douche." Yeah. You know, you're pretty cocky, and the way you go about things is not right because it puts people down or whatever. Yeah. You know, but a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, it's just fucking full of themselves. I'll catch myself too sometimes though, like talking about myself or flossing, and I'll be like, okay, I need to take a step back. Like, fuck this shit. What am I doing? Mm-hmm. I'll be like, all right, stop. I'll tell myself stop.
No, well, I mean, it feels good to talk about yourself. I mean, everybody loves talking about themselves, of course, but it's like, there's a certain limit. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's a certain limit about talking.
I was like, bro, I'm the shit, bro. Let me tell you. Yeah. I run shit. I'm like, what?
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of people like that though. I hate people like that.
Bro, you see me squat 400 pounds?
Yeah, because there'll be a lot of people like that, dude. They'll be like, yeah, man, I could lift this much. And I'm like, really? Because I could actually lift 150 pounds more than that. And I don't tell anybody. You don't see me talking about it, yeah. Yeah, you don't see me posting pictures. You don't see me posting videos. And you don't see me telling everybody that I could lift hundreds of pounds. Yeah. But I just keep it to myself. Yeah. Because I'd rather be modest and humble than be like, yo, look what I can do. Can you do this? Can your boyfriend do this? You know, like, come on, man. That's so stupid, bro.
I'm the fucking alpha, bro. See me.
Yeah, and then, you know, you see people that get attracted to that, and it's like, those are the wrong kind of people. You don't want to be around those people anyways. Mm-hmm. You know? You don't. I'd rather be around chill, cool, modest people any day.
Yeah. Like, I like modest people because I know when, like, people are good at, like, what I like to do, jiu-jitsu, and I tell them, dude, you're good. Like, I couldn't stop that arm bar. And they're just like, they don't say like, oh yeah, you know, I drill that arm bar a lot. Like, yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. No, they're just like, oh, you know, thank you, you know, that's very nice of you. You know, I've been drilling it. I was like, how did it feel? This and that. They're not just like, yeah, motherfucker, I caught you in that fucking arm bar. It's like, no, they're like, oh, you know, thank you. Yeah. It's like, that's fucking cool when people are just like modest and they don't like fucking flaunt. They're like, yeah, I'm fucking good. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, you're good, dude. Yeah, I fucking know. Yeah. Like, what? What the fuck, man?
I hate people like that, man. People like that are stupid, dude. And there's a lot of people like that around here that I've seen. Yeah. You know, it's just the more things they get, the more it feeds their ego. Mm-hmm. You know? But I like people that are like, even at the top, they're fucking humble as hell. Yeah. Like, have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
Oh man, but well, that actually
good.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That was a really good fucking movie. I loved it. Yeah. It was a good fucking movie, bro. I want to go watch it again.
Dope.
But because I don't even know who Chris Pratt is, the guy actor. Yeah, I know him. Like, dude, like that dude's hella humble. Yeah. Like, you know, because I've seen him, like, he'd go like to school and like I think it was like college, and like he was talking to like all these kids. It was like these young kids about, like, you know, like motivation and all this. Yeah. And you know, and then like he didn't have to stay. He stayed and like signed autographs with everybody and talked with everybody, and like he loved awesome. It. Yeah, dude. And then like he went to the hospital of his like sick kids, and then like he stole a jacket from the set that he was wearing in order to give it to the kid and like let him wear it.
Oh damn.
You know, like, yeah, dude. And like, you know, like he loves it. You know, like he's like he's like super humble and like every time people tell him something, he's like super nice. Like, oh my god, thank you, I appreciate it. And I was like, dude, that's like a good example of how people should be. You know,
I saw an interview of his before the movie came out. Yeah, and he was saying they were telling him like, what do you expect? How do you expect this movie to do, or how do you think this movie's gonna do? And he said, all I hope is that it does very well, because in the future, I want a kid that watched that movie and says, I want to meet, I forgot his character's name. He's like, I want to meet this so I can go out and meet them and make their days.
Yeah. And dude, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, dude. Yeah. And it's crazy because it's like, that's awesome, dude. He's just trying to like, spread joy in the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then, cause it's like, dude, I've seen celebrities that it's so stupid because like $500 to take a picture with them. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck? It's like, now you gotta pay money to take pictures with them? That's fucking stupid. Yeah. There's people like, no, dude, get up in the selfie. Like people that are fucking humble. Yeah. But yeah, man, cocky people aren't. Yeah, you gotta stay away from them.
I don't like them.
They're poisonous, dude. Yeah. There's a lot around, but yeah, I'd rather not, man.
Cut the poison.
I think that's just a self-defense mechanism, dude. Yeah. Being an ego, Yeah. It's like, it's trying to make yourself look bigger than you really are, Like, when you see, how when a bear comes and they say you gotta make yourself look bigger. Oh yeah. So people, the ego. Yeah. That's like with the ego, same thing, man. Like when somebody comes and like says like, hey man, I'm doing this, and they're like, oh well, I'm doing this. Yeah. You meet those people that always want to one up you. Yeah. There's always those people. Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. We're good. For sure. End it on that note. Don't be cocky. Don't have an ego. Don't be a douche. Basically.
Awesome.
Cut the poison. Suck that poison out. All right, everybody. It's been swell.
Peace.
Peace out. Peace in the Middle East. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, you met a lot of people like that though.